honestly so over the show, but I'm gonna finish the recaps because it's almost over. So we start off episode 18 with some really terrible math from Emily, where she thinks that 24 divided by 3 is 10. I could understand if it was a much bigger number, but that's not hard math. So we have the guys and the girls kind of separating this episode. The girls are really focused on Weston for this episode. Emily asks the girls' opinion on Weston, and then they kind of all just unload what they think. Here's my take about the Weston drama. It might be an unpopular opinion. This is just, as a viewer, what I think. I feel like Kyra and Weston are very similar, and I feel like the girls took Kyra's side because she is their friend. I think it's interesting that when Kelsey was there, no one seemed to care about Katrina or Kelsey or any of that. They only cared about Weston's behavior when it was affecting Kyra. And I think it's more that they have a stronger alliance and a stronger friendship with Kyra than the fact that they don't like Weston, if that makes sense. I think Weston's behavior is not great, but Kyra is exhibiting pretty much the same behavior as Weston is exhibiting. Another reason I think the whole Weston thing is the girls being a little bit hypocritical is because they were bringing up how Weston did Kelsey wrong, but they didn't mention any of that when Kelsey was actually there. Plus, Kelsey told Weston to get to know Emily and gave him I don't want to say the pass, but she basically said, figure out what you want. If it's me, great. If not, then I'll let you be with Emily. And if that's not how she actually felt, she should have said that. And the girls can't make that decision for Kelsey when Kelsey's the one who said that she was fine with Weston getting to know Emily. Of course, since Emily is with Weston right now, all of the stuff the girls are saying is affecting her, and she talks to Weston about it. He tries to defend himself. Emily's not too sure about it, but they move on. Doesn't really seem to be a huge rift. They don't break up or anything, so maybe not a big deal. We have the game of the episode, which is giving superlatives to certain couples in some kind of first, second, third place order, and how that compares to the viewers voting. I didn't vote on these. Maybe I wasn't on the app at the time we were supposed to vote on these, but I don't even know where these votes came from. So I don't know. I don't know who voted on these things. Most intelligent ended up being Zach and Elizabeth, apparently. Hottest couple, also Zach and Elizabeth. Most boring couple was Damon and Izada. Most likely to cheat, Weston and Emily. And backstab another couple, Weston and Emily. Here's my take on the competition. I think people were just voting for the people that they like the most. And this wouldn't happen on the UK version. They would be really honest about it. If you watch the UK version, Molly, May, and Tommy got second place, so a lot of people like them, but I don't think they would be voted most intelligent by the UK audience. However, the US audience, I think, is just voting on their favorite and least favorite people and not really taking into consideration what the categories actually were. Another reason I think the whole Weston thing is the girls being a little bit hypocritical is because they were bringing up how Weston did Kelsey wrong, but they didn't mention any of that when Kelsey was actually there. Plus, Kelsey told Weston to get to know Emily and gave him I don't want to say the pass, but she basically said, figure out what you want. If it's me, great. If not, then I'll let you be with Emily. And if that's not how she actually felt, she should have said that. And the girls can't make that decision for Kelsey when Kelsey's the one who said that she was fine with Weston getting to know Emily. Episode 18 was left on a cliffhanger, which ends up being that Gaiman and Isada are voted off. I was kind of right about the bottom three, except they only had a bottom two. I think Kyra and Jared would have been in the bottom three, but there was only a bottom two. So I still count that as me being right. The main activity of episode 19 are the babies. I thought it was hilarious that Elizabeth named her baby after her mom because it was crying a lot, so that's some shade towards her mom, I think. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or if she doesn't like her mom, but I thought that was hilarious either way. You always have at least one person taking the game way too seriously. In this case, it was Kyra. Alexandra said Dylan too, but I think Kyra was taking it way too seriously. Kyra and Jared's baby looked like the baby from The Hangover, and especially with his glasses on. We get some parenting going on, not much drama, not much happening, until Kyra says to all the girls that she loves Cashel. We saw it in the promo, that she is wearing his necklace all the time, she talks about him all the time, and she just is not over him. And my favorite part of that was actually, I went on the Love Island Instagram and looked at Cashel's reaction to it, and he was so smitten and so happy. It was adorable. I really hope that they work out after the show, and I think they would be really cute together if they work out, so hopefully that happens. Kyra and Weston have another talk. I think, like I said before, Kyra is the last person to be judging Weston on the things she's judging him about, and I can't believe she can't see that, because, you know, they're both in the wrong here. Neither of them look like the shining star in the situation, but she needs to be a little bit more empathetic because they're very similar people and they're doing very similar things. And I think that Weston is doing a good job explaining himself and explaining his feelings to her. I'm glad they were able to work it out because I think they really do both care about each other. Kyra shared romantic feelings towards Weston, and maybe he would have had those romantic feelings towards her in the beginning, but I think once the whole Cashel thing happened, he kind of put that aside, and sometimes when you do that, you're not just going to go back to that. And it totally makes sense to me that they would just be friends moving forward, and even if she said that she has some romantic feelings towards him, I don't think he was trying to say that he had romantic feelings towards her still. I think he was saying in the beginning he did, and he always has some sort of love for her, but not in a romantic way. The episode finishes telling the Islanders that someone will once again be voted off and not make it to the final, so we are left to vote. I think either Kyra and Jared or Weston and Emily will be voted off. I'll be surprised if it's anyone else. I hope Kyra and Jared get voted off because it's Love Island, they're friends, they shouldn't be on the island together as friends, especially because they're barely friends. And I think it's time for Kyra to go home. I think that she had her best connection with Cashel, and she's not going to have anything besides that. So her time should be up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recap, and we'll see next week the finale. It's so soon compared to the UK version, but maybe since they renewed it for a second season, maybe it'll be longer next time around.